When you drive on certain streets and you look to the side of the road, most of the time you'll see a homeless person. From a very young age, my parents have always told me that helping homeless people is always a good idea because you never know what's going to happen in your life or if you're going to end up in that situation. I was very lucky to grow up with a house, a family, and the resources I need to strive and have a good life. Not all people are like that. Some people have had to grow up with dangerous past lives or dangerous living situations, and we're only trying to make the best of it. In this speech, I will be talking about how helping homeless people all throughout the world will be better for our environment. According to the report by the Manhattan Battery Corporation, the calculated total number of homeless women applying for shelter at a women's facility over a 3-year period came out to about 6,000 to 6,500 women. For the men's shelter, the amount came out to about 30,000 men looking for a shelter in a 3-year period. That totals to about 36,000 people looking for a home. We don't have that much room in our facilities, that right now over 3/4 of the people get turned away because they don't have room. If we have resources to provide for all people in our country, there would be a significant drop in how many people are homeless. Starting at the age of 10 or 11, my family was fortunate enough to go to St. Peter and Paul to feed the homeless. From this, I gained some knowledge of life as a homeless person and how it can really affect them living on the streets. Mainly being homeless can cause a lot of fear and make you feel disappointed in yourself and not know what to do or how to help yourself. When talking to homeless people at St. Peter and Paul, I really understood how fortunate I was, and I want to talk about how I personally can help those people get what they really need out of their life. One way that I personally can help homeless people is by continuing to do what I've been doing for the past 9 years of my life, which is feeding them. It really takes no time, and you can see the difference in people when they have a good home-cooked meal in their stomachs. It shouldn't be a burden for people to go out in the world and help people. It should be an experience, and it should be fun. This also helps them because they might not have the means to be able to eat good food, and that could end up making them sick. Suffering from starvation can cause disabilities, so we should put the responsibility of helping to feed them on our shoulders. One way we can do this is by finding more places for food pantries where the food is free and anybody can get it. This leads to my next topic of healthcare. One way I can help homeless people gain healthcare is by joining a movement to increase and find clinics for them that don't cost any money. The federal government takes money from us every year in taxes, and most of that goes to the community, like fixing roads or paying for the federal workers who fix those roads. I think that some of this money should go to opening clinics all around the world that are help and meant for homeless people that have anything that they need, and they don't have to pay for it. After a study performed by Raj Chetty, they found that life expectancy has increased in homeless people by about 2.5 years for the top 5% of income distribution. This means that people would benefit from help from the federal government with income distribution. They also stated that low-income Americans have higher rates of physical limitations and of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and other health chronic conditions that could affect them. The final topic I will be talking about is federal housing for the homeless. Homeless people cannot find a home without having a job, and they can't find a job without having a home. When you ask most people why they can't get a job, it's because they can't find somewhere to live for an address. If we find or make houses or group homes fit for homeless people and their families, this will allow them to get the income that they need, and they will eventually be able to live on their own. This will decrease the amount of homeless people living on the streets and in return help our community strive. One organization that I found that can help with homeless people finding a home is the Home More organization. They are a group of people or an organization that has proposed a timeline with a 10-year plan to implement transitional housing to homeless people all around the world. The 10-year plan was implemented in 2020, and we are in 2023, so it has gotten into finalizing the plans for building houses all around the world for homeless people to live in. They have diagrams and pictures of the houses and anything that you would need to get this plan implemented. This organization is very helpful because after it finds a home for these people, it helps them find a job, which can lead to a lot more. Therapy for what they have gone through, like living out on the streets, being in the cold, being in the heat, being starving. This organization is very helpful, and it also helps them find places to go back into society where they fit and they're able to stand on their own after they have gone through all that trauma. Now I want to talk about how we can fix homelessness in St. Louis. One way we can help this is by simply talking to them. A little conversation can restore someone's humanity. And since they're homeless, they've probably not had a lot of conversations because most people just ignore them. Acknowledgement can go a long way. Another way we can do this is that everyone can partner with the COC, which is an organization that stands for the Continuum of Care. They make plans to prevent and end homelessness. They have over 100 organizations to help serve the homeless population and people who are fighting in their houses to stay there. They help anyone in need, and everybody should partner with them because they are a great organization. There are many different organizations across the country that can help with these things, but those are just a couple that I've mentioned. Thank you.